What are you saying? Connected to? Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, man's live. All right, cool. Big up. So obviously the other days it's not been working, and I said I was gonna do lives every day or something. So trying to stick to that still. It's on my actual laptop as well, so let me get my charger so it don't die. Because my battery is kind of weak. Hello. So I actually didn't think this was gonna work. So I haven't really prepared anything, but that's cool as well. But basically, every day I've been trying. Hey, every day I've been trying to make this work. It's not really been working. Yeah. Hello. It's another day of life. This is more. Yeah. Don't even need to really describe it. So diary again. Woken up today at the right time. I woke up today at like 5:40. Big up Eastern for ringing me and keeping me up at that time. Well, yeah, ringing me, keeping me up at that time. I really feel like in the morning time, my mind is the clearest and then the most creative. So I got to do some production in the morning. That was really nice. Got me into my zone before I got into work. Really, really helpful for my mind and stuff. And I really just like having more time to produce or even think about production. But this kind of just sounds dead to me, really. But yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy playing with sounds and making music and stuff. I don't really feel like I want to talk too much, but yeah, hold tight. Waking up early in the morning, it's a really sick vibe. Still haven't stretched yet, but that's coming next, and I'm hella excited to do that. So over the last week, it's been more things changing externally, as in obviously we're meant to go back into another lockdown in the UK from Thursday. That affects me slightly in one of my roles, and I can't really say I'm excited for it. But you know, the last time I wasn't excited, some good things came out of it. You know, like I feel more aware of myself and the things that I want to do, and I feel like this is another time for me to be more within my internal experience. I will still be working and stuff, but you know, the trains will be emptier again. Restaurants will be closed, so I'm gonna have to like do my best to get my packed lunches in. And I really just hope, yeah, that after this is done, innit? I just hope after this is done and we can move on to the next period. There are theories within my mind and other people's minds that might not be the case, seeing as everything is so sporadic. However, yeah, we just have to hold hope. But regardless, everything's blessy. As long as things are blessy in my world and the world and everyone's good around me, then that's blessy, you know what I mean? If it turns to something else, it turns to something else, and we'll deal with that at that time, innit? So it's whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know what? This life's gonna be different. I'm just literally, man, I'm just gonna be more relaxed in it. So, yeah. Gonna eat some fruit. Oh, yeah, so also, over the weekend, I began to, I like basically tried to dye, not tried to dye my hair, I dyed my hair in it, or bleached my hair. So now my hair is ginger. I thought it was going to go all the way to blonde, but it didn't reach that level yet, so I'm just going to wait a little while, then redo it. I've always wanted to do this, or at least like super dye my hair. I tried to dye it blue the other time, say like a few months ago, or let's say more like April and stuff, but it didn't really go all the way. Like, it just, like, I think my boy Merv saw my hair one time in the sun. He's like, oh shit, I can see some blue in it. And I was like, oh yeah, now you can see it. But I kind of wanted it to be just a little bit darker than this color, but it just ended up being like just off of black, which was a bit shitty. But you know, after my hair goes blonde, then take to any color. So if I make my hair blue, it'll be sick. My guy downstairs, Saba, said that maybe I should bust plus a little coloured beard as well. I don't know how I feel about that currently, but man's transforming, and I might feel cool about that. You know what I mean? More time, I don't do things not because of myself, because of how I think others will think about it, which is still actually myself because it's my perception of how I think others will treat it. And obviously, all these social constructs of what's professional, what's not. But really and truly, man's not even caring much right now, and I think most people in the world don't really care. Like hair color is like probably a very minimal thing right now. So hold tight that everyone having different priorities and stuff. Yeah, you can just watch my facial reactions. People say I have interesting facial reactions in it, so I don't know. I didn't want to judge it and say good or bad, man. I'm just gonna eat it. You know what I mean? So yeah, one of the reasons I dyed my hair, or let's say one of the things about dyeing my hair, which was good, is that I've wanted to do it for time and I've been able to do it. And ever since I've dyed my hair, again, there's been another level of doing what I want to do, or the things I've written down to do, just doing them in it. And sometimes I do things. Even I thought I got past this, but there's just levels to this. That sometimes I do things for reaction in it, or I want an ex kind of outcome. And obviously, sometimes I do. If you don't get a certain outcome, say like you buy something so it quenches your hunger, or whatever that is, quenches your hunger, or makes you full, whatever you want it to make you full. You buy it for that reason. If it doesn't, then you're kind of like So on one aspect of doing something for a means to an end, that makes sense. But sometimes I do. Sometimes things aren't that concrete, and I like in terms of I need it to do this. But so say like I might do an Instagram post that's saying like in my head I'm like, oh, it's calm because I don't really care if anyone likes it. But then there's another aspect of me. It's like, oh, I need a certain amount of likes to feel okay about this, and then yeah. I don't feel like there needs to be another cleansing of that, because every time I do things and I have that kind of thing in, and I have that other aspect in mind, it kind of takes me off of where what I should be thinking about, or where I should be. My thought process went off because I'm kind of looking at this and feeling certain ways about it. So also my lips are hella black, or not black, but they're just not the color I wanted in it. But basically, see, even now, like I was just like, oh, boom, there's one person in the thing, and now there's zero, and I felt a way about that, but that's calm. This is more about like recording my life journey and shit. But basically, my lips should be a lot clearer within the next month, because man's not really doing this no more. I was just explaining to the people, whoever this is, I was explaining that I kind of, part of me got sad that my one person left, but that's not really why I'm here. So feel free, just keep maybe dipping in and out and going to zero will help me in life. Because really, or maybe I should just cover up this number. Hold on one sec. That will probably help me. That's better. I can't even cover it up like that. But it would be sick if you wanted to hear me talk about anything. If not, then I'm just gonna be here doing my thing, and this is my space to do that. So, um, yeah, big up. But I don't want to do things for a round of applause anymore. If I get a round of applause, that's sick. But I don't want to do things for the round of applause, because then there's a whole certain paradigm of what deserves a round of applause, and will change my actions and stuff. And I'm not really trying to do that. So yeah, but let me do my little hair reveal. Actually, this is let me do a little hair reveal. Oh look, I got blue hair. No joking. Jeez, come on. Don't know the MySpace. Get me. So it's ginger right now, and it's hella dry. I've just been trying to I've just been trying to keep that moist and that's like, you know what I mean, hydrated, but even still it's dry. Like I've been going hard. Man bought this hair mask, this papaya mask, smells so hella, it smells so beautiful, man. And I've been coconut oil in my hair, but still it's a bit dry. But I kind of like it like this, you know. I'm gonna push it to like blonde, but I like it like this for now still. And when I look at myself, I thought it would be a deeper effect. I thought it'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm hella different now. But I just feel, I feel like this is me and I can do this, which is like another kind of different. Before I would have been like, oh, this is all mad and what am I doing? But now it's done, and you know what I mean? Like, obviously, man's covering it up now because I'm trying to keep it nice. Plus, there's another guy who's like the guy I was talking about downstairs, who basically his hair is like red in it, and he's like kind of looks like me, and I see another full possession. I don't want it to look like I'm breading him in it or whatever. But even though I wanted to dye my bleach my hair from time, but the main reason is to keep it well hydrated and wait until my hair's gone fully blonde in it. But I like it still. You can watch me put this back on now. But yeah, what else is going on in my life right now? Let's talk about one of my favorite books. I'm probably going to chat up to 12 or before 12. I do have other things to do, which I can probably talk about as well. One of the things this will be helpful for is for me to kind of talk through my ideas of what I'm trying to do and see. Because when I'm talking to myself now, I kind of see myself differently. So when I'm talking through my ideas, I can see how well that holds up to myself. So whoever this is, thank you for being my panelist or my reflection. Even if you're just a number, it's very interesting having a sign it's saying that people are in the corner and how that changes my actions or how I feel about stuff. As you can tell, I'm very, very reflective. But what was I just going to talk about before I jumped into all that? Oh yeah, my favorite book, or the book that I'm reading at the moment, which I've read before. So, which I need to send to my boy right now, actually. So before I even start talking about it, let me do what I said I was going to do, which is send my brother the book. So first I'll do this, then I'm going to send my guy the book, maybe whilst talking about it, who knows. Where's me at? My only choice was going to the mountain. Family tree. Ooh. Hieroglyphical text. Jeez. Obviously, man got the pre-lockdown trim. Big up. You don't know the MySpace. But so the book I really like called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, yeah. And this is a really deep book. I'm gonna send it now and then I'll get to it because sometimes it's hard to multitask and about two things at the same time. Oh, sorry, do two things at the same time. Very interesting piece of fruit right now. Okay, man said it, so I'm good. I'm trying to make sure I do all the things that I say, and it's hard sometimes. and the distractions and that. But basically, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill is a really interesting book. And one would say by the title Outwitting the Devil, some could feel a way about that title, which I find really interesting. But coming from the background I come from a Christian background, let's say, and there's different sensitivities of what being a Christian means. Sometimes when people say devil in anything, unless you're dissing the devil with an angry face or whatever, then it sounds evil to them, innit? So it might scare some people away just by the title, just from what I know. And I have seen some reactions like, "Oh, what's this about?" But Outwitting the Devil is about, let's not say, Outwitting the Devil is focused on being able to transcend the aspect of yourself, which is the negative depth portion and negative drifting portion away from dense consciousness or concentrated consciousness on your part. So what I mean by that is there's two main aspects which I've taken off from the book. One is having a definite aim, and the other one, actually, let's just talk about it as one topic, having a definite aim and drifting. So on one hand, having a definite aim allows you to have a goal, a focus, a kind of thing that you're moving towards, and it's your center. Yeah, say if you're even there and you're at your goal, it's like your goal might be remaining at your goal. Yeah. So if anything happens in life, you'll always be returning back to your goal. Because we are sentient beings, my understanding of being a sentient being is to be able to have some kind of magnetization to an idea or a thought, and an awareness, having an awareness of that kind of stuff. So like being sentient is like having awareness of mind, and also being able to self-generate or motivate myself to another position. So say like, I'm laying in bed, and because I'm a sentient being, I can be like, okay, I want to turn off the light so I can go to sleep. So then I will think about turning off the light. My body will then get up and I'll turn off the light, and then my goal is achieved. Yeah, that's just a little example. And then, so that's about having a definite aim. My definite aim could be like, I want to make $1 million, or I want to be a good person as well. Yeah, but these are all definite aims. And drifting is just drifting. Drifting is like something happens. Say the electricity goes out in my house. So now the electricity is done forever because I don't have a goal of keeping the lights on. Yeah, it's kind of a bit weird because I talked about turning off the light before. But say like, yeah, this is a whole new scenario, and the scenario is that the light has gone out in my house, and because I don't really care about the light, or I don't have too many thoughts about the light, or I feel like I have no power, then I'll just leave the electricity or the light to be gone, and then that's me, and then I'm in the dark now. And I guess now this is a good analogy, because drifting is being in the dark and being lost and not having any direction. And one could say that most people aren't drifting, and I would question that. You know what I mean? I'll question that. We could say that people aren't drifting in totality, and I could partly agree with that. But I think I personally believe that the more realized you are, or the more actualized that you are, the less you'll drift. So what I mean by that is, the more actualized and the more realized you are, the more you would know yourself and probably know your aims, your definite aims more. That's my current thinking. But what I was saying is, this book talks about this in depth, and says that the devil, or whatever you want to call it, the devil aspect loves when the person drifts, because they can just move them into areas of indecision and fear, or to say that fear comes from indecision. So when you're in a place of indecision and you don't have a definite aim, that's where, even within myself, I am training myself to rid get rid of the ums and ahs, because I believe that indecision, or that space of indecision, is dangerous. And one could say that a space of indecision is a place where you're making a choice as well, which I completely agree with. Sometimes I just feel, when going backwards and forwards in my head, say if I did an elongated so I was like and I just kept going for time, and I never made a decision. I couldn't and ah forever until someone else has to make a decision for me, or you know what I mean. And a lot of the time, when a decision is made for you without any without your mind, it's not a good decision. But basically, the essence of the book is just talking about how we're controlled by our fears and indecisions, how the ones before us have come, so our ancestors, parents, people around the world, continuously perpetuate this indecision and fear. How, fear is a very powerful thing, and as you can see by how, let's say, the fear of God, you know, even though God is meant to be love, love and fear are opposite each other. You know what I mean? But I need to be a little bit more clear about this. But basically, I can smell hella cigarette coming through this window, man. It's crazy. But basically, yeah, you're taught to fear your parents, or that's one of the main paradigms, is to fear your parents, and then you listen to them, and now you're under their control, and you revere them, as in, not only so the stance that I understand, that in this kind of generation, or this 50 years, that parents want to be in, it's just like, you are not every parent, by the way, this is like a mainstream parenting thing that I think I understand. It's like all parents want you to listen to their every word, to believe everything that they say, to be scared of them so you won't do anything bad, or you just do things that they want. This leads to easy manipulation. This leads to not being able to really think for yourself, because you always be looking to your parent to be like, oh, is this okay? Should I be doing this? And this carries on in other aspects of life. Let's say it's not even just parents, like it is friends. Sometimes we'll be taught to fear the opinions of others. So as I was talking about at the beginning of this live stream, I was talking about how sometimes within my mind, what I do changes because of how I think other people will think about it. So the fact that sometimes I won't speak my mind, because I think others will think it's weird, and then I'll fear the consequences of that. But really, why should I fear the consequences of being myself? It's like I put this other thing above me, like all these other like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I need people to care, and if I say this, then no one's gonna like me, or they're not gonna like me as much as this person. And one could say, oh, there is that aspect of, that social, the primate thing, where basically we need to adhere to the group for safety. And I kind of get that a little bit. But in 2020, and not just in 2020, just more with the state that I can feel within my mind, I know that I don't need to be in that position as much. So I have definitely loosened up from there. But main thing is Outwitting the Devil. Very beautiful book. I showed it to my barber, and I'm really, really happy, because he took that book and it's really changed his life. And because he's a barber and he cut so many people's hair and chats to so many people, he was able to share that book with others as well. And I really believe that this book will set us free in so many aspects. Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. And I've also read, let me just check, okay, so this is by James Allen, yeah, but basically there's another book by James Allen called As a Man Thinketh, yeah, and I really feel like those two books in tandem, it's a big game changer. So even the fact now I'm doing all these live streams, to fully encompass what I believe that I've learned recently, or where I'm at right now, is, let me give you some backstory. My emotions were really, really turbulent at the beginning of this year, and even up to, say, like a few weeks ago, super turbulent, up and down, left, right, in, out, shake it all about, do the hokey pokey. Yeah, and then more and more, I've read these books before, but more and more just deep that I'm really doing this to myself. I'm letting the external changes and how I think, like, fear get to me, you know what I mean? Because mainly it was just fear. So going back to As a Man Thinketh, there's the axiom, know thyself. And I've had to really meditate on this for a number of years. It's not just like, know who I am, know my role, like know my place or anything. For me, the way I interpret it is, if I can put this in, putting this into earth words or whatever, is knowing my being and not what I've been taught, but the essence. And I really feel like that's, once I know the essence, it's like the seed, it's like a seed knowing itself and knowing its potential. And I feel like that's very important to me, that I am, I know my seed and I know my potential. You know what I mean? That's very, very important to me. Because from there, once I know once I know myself on a deeper level, I also understand the things I've always known, and knowledge that I've always had comes through, and I'm able to be more confident within myself rather than looking to the external to kind of feed me and make me make me feel more confident. Like, the external is ever changing and cannot be held on to. That's the knowledge I have, basically. Um, this plum is so interesting, it's crazy. But yeah, check out those two books. Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill, As a Man Thinketh, James Allen. It's not only to help myself, obviously, this is a book, so you know other people have read it, but other people around me that I rate on a very high regard have read this book. I've read both these books, and it's done a lot for them. I've seen it, and they've been able to step into their shoes and transform and be more themselves, be more realized, be more actualized. And I think, yeah, regardless, check these books if you can. But if not, the main thing I'll say is, be more sure of yourself. Don't be influenced too easy by others. And yeah, love. The way you talk to yourself inside is how people will treat you. You can choose how you want to feel, and thoughts and feelings work in tandem, like the tag team in it. So if I choose to feel great, then my actions will come like that in it. So, and you can choose how to feel. It's taken me a long time to really believe that I can choose how to feel, but I can choose how to feel. There's some techniques of going into your memories and pulling out happy memories, or memories where you know, having a really deep time and stuff. But let's say the way I like to change my feeling is more like playing a piece of music or within myself in it. So I'll just like make a really nice sound within myself and feel great. So I'm gonna do that now silently, just for because I feel like it. Anyway, sorry. Okay. That laugh was so funny. But basically, yeah, that was cool. I'm just going to talk about that experience because even when I was playing the song within myself, so many thoughts, disgusting thoughts came up and tried to bring me back down in it, which I found so funny. I was looking like blue for a second, which was kind of sick. So yeah, basically I had this like play this didgeridoo thing inside in it, but it starts off at some low tone and I just kind of make it go higher until it kind of feels cool inside and stuff. And then yeah, there was a point also where I felt like I needed to sit up because the sound I was making wouldn't go further unless I sat up and held that within myself in it. So then when I did that, if I could feel it more and I felt a really big shoot of happiness, that was really cool. And yeah, then I remembered that I was on a live stream and tried to think about how long I should be doing this, but I couldn't chill over time. Just, I could have chilled for time. It's just thoughts that come up because I can do anything I want to do, innit? Really. In other news, just random stuff. Got to chat to my boy Ruben today. He's in Spain in the mountains and stuff. Really happy to speak to him. Both going through some of the same things still. But he's got his beard is looking greasy, man. I cut mine off recently. I'm gonna grow it back, obviously, but he's looking hella greasy. He's looking like a young father soon. But he's really inspirational as well because he's switching up his life and able to. He's a person who knows the skills that he has and is able to share them or able to provide services to others and keep things moving. You know what I mean? He's always able to shift things. He knows what he's good at and knows how he can kind of break that into different aspects and so big up my brother Ruben there. What else am I saying? Let me check my cellular device real quick. Yeah, some things are so funny, like how things come into play in life in general. Like you never think that they can come the way they come. So I think this is in the wrapping up stages now. Thank you to my one fan. You know what I mean? Get me. Let me do a little fan dance for you. Do you know what that's reminded me of? Yeah, my friend. There's that flipping that dance move where you do that thing. Yeah, just reminded me of when he did that in one of the latest videos. I need to send my other boy the video of that. Hit me. But yeah, man, peace be upon everyone. You get me? Don't know. When Earth, we're living life, man, and people take this for granted. People are like, oh yeah, I mean, like we all live in different movies, man. But I think the appreciation movie needs to be deeper. You know what I mean? Really appreciate that. Man woke up today. Certain man didn't wake up today. I got issues, and the only reason I got issues is because I'm alive. You know what I mean? So big up the fact I'm alive, and I can get past these issues, and then new issues will arise that I can create solutions for. You know what I mean? And each thing that happens in life exposes who I am or unravels who I am, which is great. Sometimes things seem a little deep, and one could say that they are, but really, in my most gas stages, when I'm most connected to God, nothing matters externally. When I'm in a dream and it's peak in my dream and I'm connected to who I am in my dream, nothing matters because I know everything's good. You know what I mean? So this is making up for all the other live streams that I've not done recently, but I did not want to do them. It's more of the fact that the laptops that I was using wasn't currently working. So I'm currently using my personal laptop, but my work laptop wasn't working to do it. Like every time I try to log in and do the stream, it will say like open, what's the word? It's say, oh, man's doing a stream, or like it's about to stream and stuff, and it just never streams. So that's another thing I wanted to get into. Basically, I just want to follow what my heart says, or I'm trying to create a discipline program aligned with my heart. So the things I want to do, I just want to start doing them, even if they're not perfect, and then from there I can start to think about perfection. So one of the things I'm doing is, and my one person can keep me accountable, and myself keep me accountable, is that I'm going to be releasing beats, whether they're finished, unfinished or not, every 2 days. So this morning I was working on one. I made a new fresh one, and it's in my drive right now. I would like time though to do some other stuff to it, because it's like a draft with a master on it. And I want to do it as in, like, this one took half an hour. I need to think about my other parameters, like how long would I want to spend on something for me to feel comfortable to release, or would I just be doing the releasing thing and exercising that muscle? So I'm still figuring that out. It's in my diary on my timetables, and today I'm meant to release something. So yeah, and other things like that as well. So even in terms of, I missed out my church post on Sunday, or my decentralized spirit center post, and so I was able to do that today, and I'm going to continue to do posts, little top up posts through the week. And just learning how to balance everything. But boom, that's enough talking for now. Man's gonna get into stuff. It's like 11:58, and it's time for lunch soon. So big blessings to you. Look at this. I mean, look at my vest on there. Yeah, big up, love. Let me do this at the same time. You ready? Oh no. Okay, wait, let me do it again. Hold on.